first week of May, and here is the Hayes household vineyard. It's not much of a vineyard, but it is, well, it's a row, it's a rather short row of vines, and it could be an interesting year. I'll tell you a little bit about this row of vines here. It was planted, I think, about 10 years ago. We had a crop of it once, but in a not particularly good year. This year could be very interesting because all of these flowers, all the flowers, so many, loads and loads of vine flowers. I've just been tying this in a little bit, and with the incredibly early spring that we've had, incredibly warm weather. This is the 4th of May today. With incredibly warm weather, this is looking quite interesting. You see, the thing is about growing vines in England is we don't really have enough days of sunlight, but they've had a fantastic start to the year. Got about 12 vines, so I say about because, oh, I could count them, I suppose. We did a bit of grafting and not grafting, we did a bit of taking some cuttings, and I know somebody's going to ask me what varieties are here. I'll come to that in a moment. Anyhow, this got neglected, it got overgrown. One year I made some wine from it, and the original gravity of the juice was only 50. Now I get often 60, 65 sometimes off my cider apples. So, you know, it clearly was a very low gravity level. And the wine that I made from it, half a gallon of wine, it's about 2-3 bottles, was undrinkable. It was acid, it was thin, it was, yeah, no real quality to it at all. So I threw it down the sink. I'll blow that, it's not going to do. I've just been doing a bit of tying in, a little bit of pruning. I don't want all of this growth coming up from here. I'll snick that out. But it has got neglected and it got overgrown. Brambles and stuff grew all over it, and I almost forgot it was there. Anyway, last year decided to dig out the brambles and put some stakes up, some wire, tie it in, try and manage it properly. And it grew away quite clean last year. I cut it back in midwinter, and I'm tying it in, and well, we'll see what happens. But there's loads and loads and loads of flowers. Now, someone's going to ask you what varieties there are. I forgot. I didn't give a good record of it. I know some of what there was in here. I know there was some Gagarin blue, which is a Russian variety. Russia makes a lot of wine, they don't export it. Some Seyval Blanc, some Chardonnay, which is probably a bad idea, because that won't do well in this country. Probably some Thurgau, one or two others, Riesling, Sylvaner, I can't remember. But anyhow, a bit of natural selection and intelligent selection will kick in, because whichever ones grow best, I'll select them and graft them onto the others, and we'll see what happens. But you know, in a good year, there's a lot of English wine. A lot of wine is grown around this way. In a good year, with good management and good luck and the right varieties, people do produce wine. They usually have to add some sugar to it to get the alcohol value up to an acceptable sort of 10.5 to 12%. And it's never really as good as even the middling French wines, in my opinion, although some will tell you different. Although some people are making some, prize-winning sparkling wines in England. Apparently we've got just the right climate for it. Anyway, I'll hopefully let you know how things get on. But this is, say, my little vineyard, and it'll never be more than a very small footnote to the cider orchard, but it's a lot of flowers this year. A lot of flowers, could be interesting.